Hello, and welcome to the latest episode of Through the Pages. For once, I have remembered to say, like and subscribe if you're into this channel. I'm about to get into review, but trying to get better with the YouTuber things. So right now I'm at like 63 subscribers, and I'm jazzed. Like that's awesome. Like I'm getting more comments, getting more like it's so neat that I'm not just putting these videos out into the void. But let's get to what brought you to this video today. One of the better mysteries I've read in a long time, the Decagon House Murders. Author of this is Yukito Ayatsuji. One of the coolest cover arts I've seen in a very long time. You can kind of see the 10-sided house that they were in. Left hand is a big part of it there. Let's get into it. And obviously, no spoilers, especially on the mystery. But so this is basically a modern Japanese version of And Then There Were None from Agatha Christie. So I don't think you even have to be a fan of mystery to know Agatha Christie is the tops on mystery of just like, I guess just by volume of like, she wrote like 100 books. And that so many of them were so good and have been developed into movies and or redone in modern versions like this. So knowing that it had that backbone was like, oh, cool. And it's not old-timey language, double win. This is great. So I posted on Instagram the other day of like, what's your favorite mystery book you've read? And Abby Getty's a friend who seemed to be pretty good in line with on the books. Mentioned this one, didn't think twice, ordered it. And I just blazed through this in like 2 or 3 days. Like, it's super good. I love the structure of it. So it's basically like, and again, this is not giving anything away. Group of people on an island, which you can probably already surmise from it being from And Then There Were None. Like it's kind of the closed loop thing. I think that's the term. I've studied on multiple videos mentioning that, like closed loop. The Lighthouse by P.D. James is another book that is one of those where it's like, all right, X amount of people on an island. That's it. You figure this out. And so this is kind of the same way. But when I say I like the structure of it, is it goes back and forth from there to like mainland of like detectives, and then this, and then it all rolls into one. Super fascinating. I loved sort of the twists and the suspicions that it put in there and everything, and all the possibilities, especially like all the way up until right at the end. And that's the best. And I've mentioned that on mysteries here before, where if you get to the like you're 3/4 of the way through the book and they've like told you like it's all wrapped up, like this is it, and then you just have like pages like finishing stuff out like that. Like mystery is almost like comedy, like where you want to withhold the punchline until as far as possible, and this did a very good job of that. So it's one of the reasons I'd say it's a phenomenal mystery book. So it's a dicey thing to review mysteries because I don't want to go too deep into it. I also haven't read anything else from this author, so I don't have a good sense of them. But definitely want to read more. It seems like this is like a big hit. It says on the cover, the Japanese cult classic mystery, which if you're going to use the term cult classic, there must be a bunch of feverish people into it. So, which I can see why. It's very good. I'm just enamored with the cover. I keep staring at that. But yeah, all the characters were really well defined. I will say it took me a little bit to get into, like any book that starts with a lot of characters. That can be a struggle for me. One of the books I just reviewed, Perfect Little World, it was 10 sets of parents and then their kid, and it was just like, how many names did I just process? Like this can't stick. I'm just a normal person. I can't do that. This was less than that, and after a while, like it became very clear, like enough signatures on each one that it kind of got a sense. What was tricky is that they all use nicknames. So in this like mystery club that they're all in, it's college kids, and it's they're all in a murder mystery club or mystery fiction club. So they all use like nicknames, but then they have real names too. But don't be daunted. It's not a confusing book. It's a very good book, and I highly recommend it. If you're a mystery fan, I think this is like a a staple one to get in the repertoire. Once I like got going on it, it was like, ooh, I'll be recommending this one a lot. So check it out, the Decagon House Murders. If the name alone isn't cool enough, just look at this cover art some more. Honestly, that should do it for you. Always judge books by the cover.